Sherry Wright, creator and host for Seeds for You, where I bring inspiration, spiritual guidance, topics of awareness. I write stage plays where I produce and I direct them. I also hold auditions, which is something that I'm going to be bringing to Texas. I am from Illinois. I was building quite a following. I came here to Texas and I'm going to start that process all over again. I also host Seeds for You. Seeds for You is actually what it says in the title. It is for you, where I bring all types of topics, things that you may not be aware of. I talk about human trafficking. I talk about injection sites. I talk about control, mind control of social media. I recap on news. I give you inside details about what is going on in our world today. Generational curses, the effects of divorce, how it affects the children, what age it actually begins to affect children. Some people think that just because their children are small when they get a divorce that it doesn't bother them, but that's not true. If the child is old enough to talk, that divorce will affect that child. So I try to help people out by bringing these topics of awareness that you may not be familiar with, but when you hear it in the settings that I am creating for you, then it just brings a different type of insight. I have good success on people who have watched some of my videos on YouTube. I talked about massage brothels. Some people don't know about that. Some people don't know that many of the women who are a part of that are not doing it by choice. They were actually tricked into coming over here thinking that they were going to get a high-paying job, and then once they get over here they find out that they're property and they also owe a huge debt of what it took to bring them here. And so now they're trapped in this cycle where they can't leave, and they call it happy ending. I don't know if you've heard of that before, but the happy ending is where men are able to get extra favors included in their massages, if you understand my speech. And I also bring out things of this nature in my plays. I talk about real life situations like abortion, and how that can affect you later in life. You may think that at the time that you're making that decision, that's the best decision for you and your family, but later on in life you find out that it haunts you. I talk about infidelity and how that affects the family, and I bring all of these topics out in my plays, but I always end them on a positive note for anybody who may mirror themselves in any of my work. They're able to find that there is hope at the end of the tunnel, you know, by watching some of those stories. I have given away tickets to women's shelters, and then I sat out in the audience so that I could get a feel for what that play might be doing in the lives of others from all walks of life. And I would sometimes see people crying or laughing, and that made me feel good, because my work is actually a ministry, although I don't advertise it as a ministry, because what I found was that some people, once they found out, and I'm referring to the unchurched, but once they found out that it was a gospel play, they immediately lost interest. I guess they thought that they were coming to see John or some of the other disciples, not knowing that it was actually addressing real life situations that people are living in their everyday lives, and giving them hope at the end, where, you know, like guiding them to God and letting them know that there is an answer to your problem, to your situation. Drug issues, you know, with success stories at the end. So I feel like I do a positive work. It's something that I want to do, how I want to help people from all walks of life, and this is just one of the ways that I find myself doing it, is in my theatrical work and also on my YouTube channel. I started in 2005 following the death of my father. When I was younger, I was a very quiet child. As a matter of fact, I was so quiet that if you didn't see me in the room, you didn't know that I was there. But I found an outlet through writing, and my dad noticed that I was really good at writing, and he tried to inspire me to become a writer, but I was much too shy to step out on faith and try my hand at writing at that time. But when he died, I felt an urgency to write, and I wrote my very first play entitled Single Wives. It addressed women who were single but performing all the duties of a wife. Supporting the man financially, having his children. They were performing all of these duties as a girlfriend. I wrote another play on Dancing on the Edge, a woman in the ministry who was a dancer and very anointed until she met someone and became pregnant by him, and to save face, she got an abortion. So we speak to abortion in ways that people probably don't consider, like what that child could have been. Like, you could actually kill your blessing. This child could have grown up and become someone famous and bought a house for you or built a house for you or just been amazing in society, but because it didn't work for you, you ended it in abortion. There's always a happy ending. Always a happy ending to lead you back to a positive way of looking at life, no matter what life brings to you. I talk about real life situations. I do interviews that give you a platform to tell your story, whether it's good or bad. You know, if you wrote a book, we can talk about situations where you may have been faced to stretch your faith, you know, in a situation, and just sharing stories with the world that could potentially help someone. As a matter of fact, I'm confident in knowing that it is helping someone. Even if it's just one person, someone hearing your story can be inspired to go on and to do something different with their life. You just never know who you're helping. So this is my way of helping society by bringing truth, understanding, awareness, teaching. I'm not a counselor or anything, but I can tell you a thing or two about selecting a mate for marriage. A lot of times people are marrying people for the wrong reasons, you know, and then they find themselves in a very unhappy situation. Some people are marrying repeatedly, but you don't get better at it the more you do it. I'm sure that I will be talking about something of interest to you at some point in time. So again, I am Sherry Wright with Seeds for You, and I am so excited to tell you all about our new element that we are introducing to Seeds for You, which comes in the format of interviews. And this is for you. You can be a part of the show. You can be a part of the show or a part of our growing audience. Either way, we would love to have you, and we are so excited about this endeavor that, oh my God, it's just really hard not to let all of the emotion bubble out. But I just want to let you know that this is for you. Come and share your story. Tell us about that book that you wrote. Tell us about that childhood experience that you had. Tell us. We want to know. So come and join us. And look, if you're interested in doing this, I'll tell you how we can get it started. You can send me an email at sherrywrightgully1@gmail.com. Contact me and let's get this show on the road. And you know what the best part is? You can do it in the studio, or we can bring it to you. We can go to a coffee shop. We can sit in the park, wherever. Come to your house. You can be a part of the vision. We're excited, and you should be too. We're in it together. Let's have fun. Contact me. I'm looking forward to hearing from you real soon.